Joshua Zirkzee to Man United talks are on. Who is Joshua Zirkzee? That's what you're going to be talking about. And I have lots of things obviously about this young, interesting forward playing for the side of Italy. Welcome to the Reunited Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Hannibal's gonna hate to speak out on his loan to Sevilla and who are the players he looked up to see to it that he lives up to his dream, or he wants to live up to their dream. And lastly, we are gonna discuss something concerning Sir Jim Ratcliffe. When did he pull out of this race of taking over the team of Manchester United? Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And this is what we do on a daily basis, and you guys should be really taking us to where we deserve to be. And I want to see close to 200 likes. Smash on this video. Second video of the day. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Now, the transfer window is really on, but it has not gone ahead to obviously be very vibrant for the club of Manchester United as far as the incomings are really concerned. For the outcomings, there are a lot that have gone ahead to leave the club of Man United, has named them, and more are still leaving, especially the academy players. Even today, Oyelede has found himself being loaned to, I think, a League One side because United believe they need to offload these youngsters and create space for the youngsters that are really in the under 19s and 18s for the club of Manchester United. So where should we start from? Obviously, Plettigol from Germany. He came in through and told us that Joshua Zirkzee is a serious transfer target for Man United in the summer. Early talks have taken place, and he went ahead and really added more beef to it by saying Manchester United already inquired about a possible transfer of Joshua Zirkzee now, but Bologna were not ready to let him go. He can leave in the summer. He has a release clause of around £35 million. That is Joshua Zirkzee. Now, who is Joshua Zirkzee? Joshua Zirkzee is a Dutch international. He's 22 years of age and he's really on fire. And what you get out of this is that he's Dutch, and Erik ten Hag looks like he wants to build a Dutch empire, something that I don't really blame him on, because if at all these Dutch players are really performing well, then why don't you build a Dutch empire around the club of Manchester United? Because I have no problem with that. You remember the days of Arsene Wenger when he had almost 13 French players in his squad, but they are of pure quality, and no one went ahead to complain about them being French. That is it. So it comes to our understanding that this guy is really one of the quality strikers on the market. You know, he plays with both foot. He's comfortable with the ball on both foot. That is it. Press resistant. He has a good skill set. Clinical finisher. He has shots outside the 18-yard box area. He does a lot on the ball. He's the pressing master and he has the energy. The big question is he the ideal striker that we should bring in? Trust me, to me he is. He is. Do you know why he is? Because at this juncture, all you need is having a side that has quality players. You know, as I always told you that iron sharpens iron. Quality complements quality. You get? So when you really get to know that quality complements quality, you really get to know that if Rasmus Højlund is there, you don't need a player who is experienced. I would love to ask everyone, where did Erling Haaland get the experience from? Because he played for RB Salzburg and he played 2 seasons for Borussia Dortmund. You think he had gone ahead to earn enough experience to play at Manchester City? That wasn't the case. The case was Manchester City was creating very many chances for their number 9s. That is it. They've gone ahead, they are creating very many chances for their number 9s, and that's what really made their side very special, or their signing of Haaland very special. But if at all Erling Haaland came in throughout Man City and never scored those goals, everyone would have been saying, Erling Haaland is not a striker that has the experience, you know. But trust me, even if you put Danny Ings at Manchester City, he'll score those goals, you know. Every person, the Kun Agueros used to score those goals. They used to score those goals. Do you know why they used to score those goals? Because the creation and the creativity at that side was really at a certain level that we all went ahead to admire and really give a green light to. So I don't want to hear anyone coming in and saying, no, he's still young, we need an experienced striker. Guys, scoring goals is not all about having an experienced striker. Scoring goals is about creating enough chances for your number 9. I've been very, 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 very audible about this guy, you know, because I know exactly what it means to have a player like Rasmus Højlund and this guy at the club of Manchester United, because you'll be having strikers who are really young and having the same wavelength of hunger at the club of Man United. And if we can create more chances for them, then they'll obviously get us to where we deserve to be as a side of Manchester United. So I don't really feel offended in any way of getting in a striker like him. That is it. I don't really feel offended having a striker like him. All I feel like I'm okay with is to see to it that everything really goes on as to plan. That is it. So everything with this guy is super perfect, according to me. It is super perfect, and I don't see it going any further from where I want it to be. I'm fed up of this talk of experienced strikers, you know. When you look at the manager that we are having, he can obviously improve our squad. One will say, let's go in for Victor Osimhen, but Victor Osimhen is going in for 105 million pounds. But if you are to build that squad and you want to obviously do what we call a clear out of the dead wood, we should really make signings that are real of real quality that the manager can improve. If we can get him in at 35 million pounds to compete with Rasmus Højlund, that's okay. Then that means you'll be having a balance of 70 million pounds, you know, if you are really regarding his purchase to the amount of money that you would have gone ahead to get spending onto Victor Osimhen. That is it. So I think the best signing should be this guy. We should get in a striker, young in age, you know, and if at all is young in age, a lot will obviously try to evolve at the club of Man United. They obviously tussle it out with Rasmus Højlund, because I don't want to say to it that you get in a Victor Osimhen, you know, he'll get plenty of playing time because of his status, but Rasmus Højlund has shown us that he can score goals, because in 2 consecutive Premier League goals, he has 3 goal contributions. He has 2 goals and 1 assist. Now, I think at the end of this season, that talk of Rasmus Højlund not being experienced would have gone ahead to die what we call a natural death, because he's going to prove you wrong. Trust me, he's going to score more and more and more goals at the club of Manchester United. And for me, Joshua Zirkzee, you know, is one of those that I think can come in through and obviously complement him well to play at the club of Manchester United and see to it that we have another striker. Because if you're talking about experience, Victor Osimhen, good. Ten Hag is going to hate to want him. But our budget, we need a lot of players in. We need another midfielder. We need 2 central defenders. We might need a right back. So we're having a deficiency of like 5 players. So if you're having Rasmus Højlund, who's going to hate to fit in the squad of Man United like a glove, why should we go in for Victor Osimhen? Let's go in for this Joshua Zirkzee. After getting Joshua Zirkzee in, then we find ourselves in a position of really getting in a quality midfielder, you know, because for a centre forward, all you need is get him chances, you know, like you've seen Rasmus Højlund. Every time you've tried to get him chances, he's not so wasteful. He kills them off, meaning that we should emphasize so much on getting in quality that can create chances for our number 9. So that is all about Joshua Zirkzee. United going ahead to obviously put in a very huge attempt, and the talks are on, and we're here to wait and see how everything is going to really pan out down there. Now, Jakobsben came out and told us that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani formally withdrew on 15th October 2023. Qatar bid consistently failed to prove customary financing commitment letters throughout, and there is no mention of pledge investment. So this is a confirmation that he really got out of the deal early than we all expected, because the Glazers looked like they had already gone ahead to make a decision with their counterpart, that is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is now a 25% minority owner at the club of Man United. So it takes you back to the Glazers coming into this mix, knowing that exactly they really had someone to obviously get a deal done with. And that's why you saw to it that very many competent people who really had money never came in through to obviously serve the purpose of competing or bidding for the club of Manchester United, meaning that their insiders had already told them that there is a decision that has already been made by the side of the Glazers that they want a minority share sell, and they had already gone ahead to make a decision onto that. So that's all about Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I don't want to talk a lot about it because it doesn't matter anymore. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is in, and let's see how changes are gonna be made. Now, the boy, academy graduate from Manchester United, that is Hannibal, on a loan to Sevilla, he has said, "I'm coming to learn and gain experience." It is true that there were talks with the other club in the summer, but it didn't happen in the end. And I'm happy to be here now to help the team. So, in the summer, there were talks of him joining Sevilla, and he never found himself joining Sevilla. And right now, he has finally gone ahead to join Sevilla on a loan with an option to buy that is not mandatory. And they're also considering getting him back at the club of Man United. So it's going to be really very interesting and impressive for the lad, Hannibal, and he's really having a very good go there. He is a very talented guy, and I think this could be a move that for me I wouldn't like, but I think for him it makes a lot of sense for him, because I thought that going to Everton would have been something better. But I think he has gone ahead to choose to go to Sevilla because he believes it's the best position where he can go and really rejuvenate his career to the fullest as a player of Manchester United. And you never know, his performances might see him really get back into the team of Manchester United. Then, as he was asked on who he looked up to as his role model, he said, "My favorite player is Iniesta and also Zinedine Zidane. That's not to say that I play like them, but I have admired them for a long time, and hopefully this is the move that kickstarts a similar career for me." So he's excited and he's very anticipative of what is going to be happening at the club of Manchester United, and he's really having a lot to do where he is as a player, and you just have to wait and see how things really pan out into that vicinity. And he's this kind of player that you'll obviously want to be in your team because of his attributes that he has got as a player. He continues to see to it that he puts up a shift that leaves everyone in wonder. His work rate is really great, and he's a talented guy. No doubts about his quality. We all know what he has, and he really puts in a lot into his career, and he has always gone ahead, obviously not forego anything that calls up for his dying for the club and fighting for the badge. So guys, your thoughts on Joshua Zirkzee to United talks are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Sheikh Jassim Al Thani pulling out in October? And lastly, what are your thoughts about Sevilla's new signing from Man United on loan, that is none other than Hannibal Mejbri? We sign out.